Hi Tappers! We've chatted a bit about dissociation, mostly the why and the what and a bit of the when, but let's dive into the how, meaning how is it a friend to our brains and how can we consciously utilize it to our advantage? Dawson tells a story of teaching a group of people EFT and had them take a test before and after that's called the PCL. More on that in a bit. And all but 2 people saw significant drops in their trauma signifiers. 2 had numbers that dramatically increased, but they had big breakthroughs and they felt they had a very satisfying experience. So why did their numbers go up? They broke through dissociation. Pardon my example, but sometimes dissociation is like a pimple. You have this infectious experience that's harmful, but you can't get it out. You can't get away. So your skin covering this infectious experience is dissociation. It's encapsulated, separate from almost everything, but it isn't gone. So in order to be rid of it, you have to rupture the capsule of dissociation and clear out the experience. It can be very unsettling in the process and honestly traumatic to go through if it's not guided correctly. This is why certification is so important. Using dissociation as a tool and governing the layers being added and removed is highly impactful and very successful for relieving trauma in a very gentle way. Over the next 5 videos, I'm going to give you an in-depth introduction to these gentle techniques. Don't be fooled by the name. They are some of the most impactful tools that you can learn. They are named gentle for their ability to assist with intense and deep trauma release without the client becoming traumatized in the removing of the protective space of dissociating. By removing dissociation, you are essentially removing a coping strategy. This will cause a rise in stress. How to balance that will be in the other videos, but do not mistake this few minutes of instruction as a replace for actual certification in these techniques. This is a big mantle to hold, and some people have suffered immense amounts of trauma. I strongly suggest anyone with a high score on the PCL work with a qualified medical personnel for guidance on their mental health recovery. Which brings me to what the PCL is. It is a standardized test to measure PTSD. There are slight variations to measure different aspects, and generally it's rated by a healthcare professional as an assessment for your care. I have the link for you below should you care to check into it more on your own, but I'm going to read the questions on it to you because I believe it will be impactful for you to hear. So many of the symptoms of PTSD are pushed aside as, oh, that's part of my stressful life. Are you ready? Hearing some of these may change something for you. Here we go. In the past month, how much were you bothered by repeated, disturbing, and unwanted memories of a stressful experience? Repeated, disturbing dreams of a stressful experience? Suddenly feeling or acting as if the stressful experience were actually happening again, meaning as if you were actually back there reliving it. Feeling very upset when something reminded you of the stressful experience. Having strong physical reactions when something reminded you of the stressful experience. For example, your heart pounding, trouble breathing, sweating. Avoiding memories, thoughts, or feelings related to the stressful experience. Avoiding external reminders of the stressful experience. For example, avoiding people, places, conversations, activities, objects, or situations. Trouble remembering important parts of the stressful experience. Having strong negative beliefs about yourself, other people, or the world at whole. For example, having thoughts such as, I'm bad, there's something seriously wrong with me, no one can be trusted, the world is completely dangerous. Blaming yourself or someone else for the stressful experience or what happened after it. Having strong negative feelings such as fear, horror, anger, guilt, or shame. Loss of interest in activities that you used to enjoy. Feeling distant or cut off from other people. Trouble experiencing positive feelings. For example, being unable to feel happiness or loving feelings for people close to you. Irritable behavior, angry outbursts, or acting aggressively. Taking too many risks or doing things that could cause you harm. Being super alert or watchful or on guard. Feeling jumpy or easily startled. Having difficulty concentrating. Trouble falling or staying asleep. If you felt like this list was relatable to you, take the quiz, reach out, and stay tuned. I'll see you soon.